Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to today's webinar. My name is Jennifer, and today I'm here with Attorney Ohiku from the Law Office of Adala J. Ohiku and Royal Ramseur, owner of POWER MKE. Part of Royal's message on his website says, Royal infuses you with your own power to live life with energy. Royal and Attorney Ohiku have known each other for a number of years, so we thought it would be a good idea to have a discussion with them about being small business owners, the adjustment each of them have had to make these last few months, living a healthy lifestyle both physically and mentally, and a controversial topic amongst the African American community, going to the doctor. So our first question is for Royal. Royal, can you talk about POWER MKE? How did you get your business up and running, and what kind of services does your gym provide?
Absolutely. Well, when I first started the business, it was called Empower Boot Camps and Fitness. And it basically came from having clients to empower themselves through fitness and wellness and education. So when I started fitness, I was actually a football coach at South Division High School. And I was working with kids on the football field and in the gym. And I seen like a light bulb hit me when I started seeing these kids who it was coming together, at the gym. They had a different mindset. They wanted to learn more just through fitness. And these kids they became closer just because of fitness. And so I took that energy and I took that mindset and I started my own business and came to the public and wanted to own my own business and bring more people in by the mass. When I started Power MKE, which I changed the name from Empower, I just wanted to get people into the facility to learn about themselves, learn about the movement, and educate themselves just on a healthy aspect. Mm-hmm. And right now, we got about 55 clients. I have also personal training clients, and it's all about education. I mean, the fitness aspect is going to happen because they come every day and their body can go through emotions, but it doesn't mean nothing if you don't remember what you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. And so we instill the education aspect, we instill the diversity aspect in our studio, we instill courage, discipline, and so these are our pillars of clients. We instill these pillars so everyone can empower themselves through fitness. Mm-hmm. And right now we hold high intensity boot camps, we do boxing, we have strength classes, yoga, as far as our program here at Power.
Awesome. Thanks. Attorney Ohiku, what about you? How long has your office been running, and what were some challenges originally getting it off the ground?
Hey, well, first I got to say, Royal is the best trainer out there. So anyone looking for a trainer, I mean, he's the one to go to. I got to say that. And then I'm trying to cozy up to him. I'm not in a suit today. I got some workout sweats on so that Royal doesn't
I see the Jordan logo.
So Royal doesn't think I'm slacking, So challenges in terms of getting a business started, of course, is for any business, especially minority businesses, access to capital. So it was tough, because if you don't have funds to put into the business, getting it off the ground, it makes it all the more difficult. So that was one of the major challenges for starting a business. And then the other thing is, starting out, no one knows who you are. So you got to kind of pound the pavement, pound the network circuit to try to establish a good name and reputation. Because when you're first starting off, people are going to look for something that's familiar to them. And if they don't know who you are, they're not going to come to you. So I would say those were the two biggest challenges that I faced getting started.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thanks, Attorney Ohiku. In these past few months, this is a question for both of you. What are some adjustments that you've had to make as small business owners that maybe larger companies like big law firms or chain fitness centers haven't had to worry about? Like Attorney Ohiku, you talked about familiarity. When you're a small business, people don't know your name right away. So let's start with Royal. What do you think? What have you done to make it work these past few months?
Well, the few changes that we had to make, I mean, being a smaller business, it has its ups too. So being a smaller business, we have this this personable experience with our clients. And I'm right up front with my clients. I can talk to them day to day. It's not a generic message that we give. It's a wholehearted, message. Mm-hmm. So when we had to adjust our schedule, they know I was talking to them. They know that I, appreciate the support. They can hang on, through the time during the pandemic, especially during quarantine where we couldn't come to the studio. Mm-hmm. And they was 100% support. That was a way of supporting, saying, you know what, we don't have to come to the studio and work out, but if it helps you stay open so we have a place to come to afterwards, we're all for it. And so we adjust our schedule where we just went straight to Zoom classes. So we had Zoom classes every day. We developed workouts where we put onto our social media platforms so people can see the workouts before they started class. Mm-hmm. I also lent out my equipment to clients. So before you shut down completely, clients came in, got some equipment, told them that they'll need some dumbbells, kettlebells, whatever they need. I took check, made sure that we had, equipment coming back. But again, the ups about having a small business, I can have this relationship with my clients, make sure they're taken care of, so that we're being taken care of also.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Attorney Ohiku, what about you?
Honestly, I agree with everything that Royal just said. Trying to let people know that you're still there. So during a pandemic, you want them to know that you're still available, you're still accessible, you're still there to meet their needs. Obviously, both in the client service industry, so we got to keep our clients happy. If we don't, they're going to find someone else, right? And then we're going to be out of business. So it's like a constant grind, to make sure that your clients are happy. So one of the things that I made sure that we did is to let them know that we're accessible. So that we, instead of if you got fears about meeting in person, let you know that we could meet with you via Zoom. If you wanted to do just an extended type of phone conversation, let you know that we're willing to do that. Having our answering service on 24/7, so that if someone called, that someone is answering them, so they know that we're available, they know that we're accessible. So I would say that was kind of the main thing. Our main adjustment that was made, kind of letting people know we are here, we are available, contact us.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Our next question is for both of you again, and it is, what does being healthy mean to you, both physically and mentally? So maybe your answers will be different, maybe they'll be the same, but both of you have very different schedules and careers. So anybody want to go first?
I'll let the trainer go first.
Yeah.
Okay, Royal, what does being healthy mean to you?
Being healthy, I think that it's, of course, that hits home with me as far as being in this industry. But understand that, this industry, everyone has their views on health. For me, being healthy is a mindset, right? It's a mindset that if you are healthy mentally or need to be healthy mentally, through health, it'll transfer through physically, right? And then sometimes if you're not feeling well mentally, sometimes the physical aspect helps you out mentally. So health is a physical and mental component. And so let me backtrack a little bit. When I look at fitness and the energy that you can exert through working out, it clears your mind. Okay? It clears your mind, whatever stressors. I tell my clients, you're only here for 45 minutes to an hour a day. Give yourself that time. Don't think about nobody else. Don't think about anything else. When you leave here, you're going to think about it anyway, but give yourself your time right now. I think just that little bit of information, it sits in within people because we're all thinking about everything, when we're outside, walking around the street or going to work. We give our time to other people. We are people of service, and you can be in the service industry, you can be working as a civil servant, but we give our time to other people. So to give yourself that physical exertion of that physical movement does huge to mental health. And it pays you back. As soon as you get that mental clarity, you want to push yourself further physically. And it goes back and forth as far as the physical for help.
Definitely. Thank you. Attorney Ohiku, what about you? What does being healthy mean to you?
Well, I can tell you that I didn't know Royal was a spiritual guru as well, because just listening to him, I feel better inside, honestly. You're uplifting, brother. I got to tell you that for sure. Since working in the legal profession, you have it to satisfy clients, and then you have the legal pressures in terms of what needs to be done in court, and then it's also a matter of running business, right? So that's a lot of stress. So what I try to do is, be aware of that stress, that I'm under kind of constant stress all the time, and that the best thing that I can do is make sure that I'm being as healthy as I can. So at least, now I got to be honest, I don't always get 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night, but I try to get as much sleep as possible.
Right.
I try to make sure that when I'm waking up, I force myself to do some form of exercise, because I know at the end of the day, that's going to help me be in a better place mentally. It's going to help me kind of manage my stress better. If I'm all stressed out, I'm not going to be doing good work for anyone. So I got to make sure that I'm trying to take care of my body, try to take care of my mind, and give my mind and give my body a break too. Like Royal said, I can't say whenever I do work out, I do feel better. I do feel, lighter. I feel, I guess it's those endorphins, Royal.
Right.
But I know I feel much better. So that's what I try to do.
Yeah.
Right, definitely. Our last question, and we're running out of time, so neither of you mentioned annual checkups or going to the doctor as part of being healthy. So our next question is, why won't men go to the doctor? Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, you can take this one.
Well, I can say for me, it's never been an issue. I'm not one of those men or guys who, avoids going to the doctor. If I feel something, is wrong, or, I notice something different in my body, I'm like the first to go into the doctor. So it's never been an issue for me. I try to figure out, to me, it's better if you address something sooner on rather than wait and let something get worse or let it fester. So me, I always do my annual checkups and physicals. And then if I feel something is wrong, I'm the first to say, doctor, I need to come in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I totally agree. I go through my annual checkups, from just a physical. I have asthma, so I want to make sure that I get that checked out, just being in an environment. But I also think that it comes from, it's a culture thing too, where I never really see my dad just go to the doctor. You know what I mean? He's like, I got to go to the doctor for this. I mean, he went annually, but that's what I see my dad do. It wasn't, I did this to my finger, I got to go to the doctor. I did this, I got to go to the doctor. So, just like growing up and seeing my dad, how he took care of his body and took care of his health, I kind of am like the same thing. I don't, and it is, it's messing with my day-to-day practice. I'll most definitely go to the doctor. This is the only body I get. And so, and if I don't take care of myself, I can't be that contributor in my business. I can't be that contributor in the community, right? So it's not the fact that we don't go, it's just that we don't go as often as, I guess, people think we should go.
Definitely. Well, thank you, both of you. Thanks, Attorney Ohiku. Thanks, Royal. That concludes our OJO Q&A for today with special guest Royal Ramseur. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and feel free to send us your topics, suggestions, feedback to lawclerk@ohiku.com. See you next week.
Thanks.